Hi students, welcome to online class. So today we are going to see in this video chapter 9 Introduction to C++. So in the last video we have discussed about the assignment operator and then increment decrement operator, and then we discussed about conditional operator. So there are some other operators are there we want to discuss. So they are called as other operators. So in the heading other operators, so what are all the operators we want to discuss? So first of all we can discuss about the comma operator. Comma operator in the sense, comma is an operator in C++ used to string together several expressions, or else we can say that comma is used as like a separator. It is used to separate one or more variables. It is used to separate one or more variables. It is used to separate one or more arguments, one or more parameters or arguments we can say. See, sometimes the comma operator is used to combine several expressions. It is used to combine several expressions. So always the comma is evaluated. Always the comma is evaluated from left to right. The comma is always evaluated from left to right. Can you understand, students? It is an important operator which is used in C++. Right. Then we are going to discuss about size of operator. What is mean by size of operator? Size of operator, this is called as a compile time operator. This is called as compile time operator, which is used to return the size of the variable. It is used to return the size of the variable. See, whenever we use the variable, we used to declare the variable. Without declaring the variable, we cannot use the variables. So whenever we declare the variables, we used to say that this variable belongs to this data type. So we are going to discuss the data types and what is mean by data type like that in the upcoming videos. So it is used to return the size of the variable in bytes. In bytes in the sense 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 8 bytes like that. So size of operator means the name itself you have the answer. It is used to return the size in terms of bytes. Right. Then pointer operators. So pointer variable, asterisk is called as a pointer to a variable, that is used to call it as a pointer to a variable. And then ampersand, address of operator. We are going to discuss about that pointer variable also in later videos. So what is the use of pointer variable? Why we are using that? So another one boy will ask a question, sir, asterisk means multiplication operator we have studied. But here asterisk means you are saying that pointer to a variable. See, sometimes one operator will use to function one or more work. One operator is used to do one or more work. So here the asterisk represents pointer to a variable. Simply I can say that pointer variable is used to store the address of another variable. Pointer variable is used to store the address of another variable. So like that we can discuss in detail in the later videos. Then we can say that component selection operator. What are the component selection operator? There are two operators are there. One is called direct component selector dot. Dot operator, here it is called as a direct component selector. And then indirect component selector, that is hyphen. You can see the greater than symbol, right? So indirect component selector. And then some class member operators are there. What are the class member operators? So scope access, we can say that scope resolution operator, that is 2: we want to use 2: so that is called as scope resolution operator. And then dereference operator, dereference pointer to class member. So like that several operators are there. We can discuss in detail about these operators in the later chapters. You are going to study those things in 14th chapter, class member operators. Right. So now we are going to see the next topic, operator precedence. What is mean by operator precedence? See, operators are used to perform some operation. Operators are used to perform some operation. In that it is executed. The operators are executed in the order of precedence. Order of precedence means which operator should be evaluated first. Which operator should be evaluated first. So there is some precedence, there is some priority. There is some priority. Which operator have higher priority? So those things are there in C++ language. Order of precedence is available in C++. Based on the order of precedence, the operators will execute. Based on the order of precedence in C++, the operators will be executed. Right. See here, the operands and operators are grouped in a specific logical way for evaluation. The operators and operands are grouped together based on some particular logic. Based on some particular logic. So that logic is called as association. Can you understand, students? Again I repeat, the operators and operands are grouped together in a specific logical way. So based on some logical way, for the evaluation purpose, the operators and operands are grouped together. This logical way of grouping is called association. This logical grouping is called association. Now let us see that. For example, for your understanding, I can explain you. In mathematics, you might have studied in lower classes. What is the word board mass? Board mass, that is BODMAS. What is mean by board mass? Can anyone say? Yes. Bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. That is called board mass. That is, the brackets, whatever the value which is inside the brackets should be evaluated first. Whatever is within the brackets should be evaluated first. Then you want to give priority to division first. We should not do addition or subtraction. We should do division first, then next multiplication, then priority should be given to addition. At last only we want to give priority to subtraction. So that is what here also in C++ we used to say, but that is called operator precedence. That is order of precedence. Can you understand, students? See here. So all the operators are here. Which operator should be evaluated first? The operators within the parentheses are performed first. So as usual, brackets, whatever is given within the brackets, that should be evaluated first. So that particular thing have higher priority. Like that you see next, plus, postfix increment, postfix decrement. Then you want to give priority to plus, minus again, minus, that is prefix increment, prefix decrement. Then priority should be given to multiplication, division, modulo division, that is modulus. Modulo division means modulo division is modulus. Then plus, minus, addition, subtraction. So like that they have given the operators less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, then equal to, not equal to, then logical and, logical or, conditional operator, simple assignment operator, then shorthand assignment operators, then comma operator. So the operator, which operator have higher priority, the order of precedence should be given. The higher priority should be given for the operators within the parenthesis are performed first. Whatever the operators and operands which are inside the parenthesis and square bracket, so that particular things are evaluated first. Then only we want to give priority to postfix increment, postfix decrement, then prefix increment, prefix decrement, then multiplication, division, modulo division, addition, subtraction. So like that we want to give higher priority to lower. So the comma operator, shorthand assignment operators have lower priority. Can you understand, students? Right. Now we are going to see the last token. The classification of token, we have discussed that there are 5 types of tokens are there. The tokens are classified into 5 types. What are they? Keywords, identifiers, constants, operators and punctuators. Constants can be otherwise called as literals, right? So keywords, identifiers, constants, operators. So operators are over. Now we are going to see punctuator. See what is mean by punctuator? Already I told you. In English you have studied punctuation marks. What are punctuation marks? Single quotes, double quotes, comma, dot. Like that we have studied. All the special characters are called punctuation marks. Here also they are saying the same. Punctuators are the symbols which are used as delimiters. Punctuators are the symbols which are used as delimiters while constructing the C++ program. Whenever we are creating the C++ program, the punctuators are used. Without punctuators, we cannot create the C++ program. The punctuators are also called as separators. Punctuators are also called as separators. The following punctuators are used in C++. Most of the punctuators are same. C, C++, Java, all the languages have the same punctuators. No difference at all. Right. Punctuators can be otherwise called as separators, or we can call it as delimiters. Right. Now we can see one by one the punctuators. Curly braces. What is a punctuator? Curly braces. See where it is used. Curly braces are used whenever we are creating the program. Whenever we are creating the program can be otherwise called as coding. The program can be otherwise called as coding. So whenever we used to create the program should be given within the curly brace. The program should be given within the curly brace. That is opening curly brace and closing curly brace. Within the opening curly brace and closing curly brace, we want to write the program. We want to create the program. See here, opening and closing curly braces indicate the start and end of a block of code. Opening and closing curly braces indicates the start and end of a block of code. What is mean by block of code? Block of code means it is a code containing more than one executable statement. What is mean by block of code? Block of code means it may be one or more statements which is a executable statement. These statements can be otherwise called as compound statement. Whenever we give some statements within curly braces, those statements are called compound statements. Can you understand, students? So very simple. So all the statements should be all the statements should be given within curly braces, that is within open and closing curly braces. Right. See here some example is given here. See int x comma x equal to 10 comma y equal to 20 comma sum. So sum equal to x plus y. See out. So everything is given within opening and closing curly brace. Everything is given within opening and closing curly brace. Right. Now we can see the parenthesis. Parenthesis is also one punctuator. What is mean by parenthesis? It is used to indicate the function call and function parameter. It is used to indicate the function call and function parameter. See here int main. Int main. So see here in after the main keyword, open parenthesis, close parenthesis. So the program starts from the main function. The program starts from the main function. So function is represented by parenthesis. Like that here they have given square brackets. What is mean by square brackets? See, it is used to indicate the single dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. Square bracket is used to indicate the single dimensional and multi-dimensional array. We are going to discuss this function and array in the later chapters. Function and array in the later chapters. Right. Then what is mean by comma? So already we know about comma. It is used as a separator. It is used as a separator. See here int x equal to 10 comma y equal to 20. So here the comma is used. X equal to 10 represents 10 should be assigned to x. And then y equal to 20. So x and y is separated. How it is separated? X equal to 10 comma y equal to 20. Can you understand, students? Right. And then semicolon, very important thing, very important punctuator. Every C++ statement should be terminated with a semicolon. Every C++ statement is terminated. What is mean by terminated? Terminated means that is the end. So each and every line in C++ program, each and every line in C++ program is terminated by semicolon. So that's why you can see int x equal to 10 comma y equal to 20 comma sum semicolon, sum equal to x plus y semicolon. So each and every line in the program, that is executable lines, not all lines, executable lines are terminated by a semicolon. Colon is different from semicolon. Can you understand, students? Colon is different from semicolon. Right. Then what is the use of colon? Colon, it is used as a label to a statement. It is used to label a statement. For example, private colon. So these we can discuss in chapter 14. Right. And then last punctuator, that is comment. There are two comments are there. One is called a single line comment and another one is called multi-line comment. What is mean by single line comment and what is mean by multi-line comment? See, comments are not executable segments. Comments are not an executable segments in C++. These statements are not an executable statements. Comments are ignored by the compiler. Comments are ignored by the compiler. Not executable means it will not come for output. Right? So what is single line comment? Whenever a line starts with a double slash, then that line is called single line comment. Whenever a C++ statement starts with double slash, then that is called single line comment. So within one line we want to give the comment, single line comment. What is mean by multi-line comment? It starts with slash star, one or more lines can be given. Slash star, one or more lines can be given, and then again you want to finish with star slash. Again you want to finish with the star slash. Can you understand, students? So I think you might have understood this video. So let's end the class. So thank you students.